Okay.
Okay.
Recording.
Yep.
I'm Eric Paul Johnson.
And I'm Eric Winsenson.
And we got a lot of comments for Letter from Spain. Or from Letter from Spain. We got a lot of comments.
About Letter from Spain.
About Letter from Spain. Mike Hudson. I'd have to check, but I don't think I bought the reissue of this on CD when it came out. But I'm not sure. I have so many multiple versions of E.L.O. albums that I forgot what I do and don't have. I feel your pain. It's the same way with me. But I certainly don't remember reading liner notes where it said this song was originally called Letter from Spain. I did Google what you guys were talking about, and yes, a French letter is slang for condoms. Never knew that. At least that part is interesting, which is more than I can say for the song. I didn't know that about the French letter either. It sounds to me like Eric W., that's him, likes this song more than me this time. I don't know. I should have listened to this before, but I think I like it more than you.
I listened to it, and I didn't really like it too much, so he must have really hated it because I didn't really care for it too much.
Okay, he must have.
I thought that the instrumentation was okay, but everything else in it was not.
Okay, so he must be confusing Eric's. It sounds to me like Eric PJ, likes this song more than me this time, which is unusual. I just don't really care for this one. It's just kind of there, filling up space as far as I'm concerned. I would have preferred if they'd taken this one off the album and replaced it with the full version of After All. That's not a bad choice, actually. Oh, spoiler. After All sucks. Or does it? That episode hasn't posted yet. The full version of After All that was on the Afterglow collection. I still don't know why After All was shortened for the double album version that came out a couple years ago. I don't get it either. It would not make side 4 of that album run too long to have had the full version on there, and it's a nice little instrumental. Come to think of it, maybe if Jeff had made Letter from Spain an instrumental, I might like it more. I don't like the repetitious letter, letter, letter in the song. The lyrics are pretty bad. I don't know. Maybe it should have just had an instrumental doing the vocal medley line instead. The song doesn't necessarily need drums and bass, but it seems like it could use a little something more than what's in it. Maybe some synthesizer sound effects added here and there. Or, as was suggested, some light strings. It's almost like the song has some potential to be a good ambient song, but it misses the mark. Jeff should have listened to some Brian Eno before recording this one. Then maybe it would have been a better track. I remember Jeff making the remark that Livin' Thing was originally about Spain, but he didn't like the lyrics and rewrote and re-recorded them. He should have done the same thing this time as well. If he was going to have lyrics at all, or are these the lyrics from Livin' Thing that he threw away all those years ago? Maybe he dug them out of the trash can. That would explain why they sound like garbage. I was just looking on Wiki at the running times for this album. Side 2 of the original release actually runs slightly longer than an average LP. Usually about 22.5 minutes is considered the maximum an LP side should be, and it shows Secret Messages running roughly 1 minute longer than that. Side 1 runs a little longer, 19.5. A few tracks back, I suggested an edit for Loser Gone Wild that would have removed close to a minute from that track. If that had been done, Time After Time would fit on that side without overrunning the standard album side time. And After All, full-length version, 28 seconds shorter than Letter from Spain, so a replacement there would have tightened up the running time a bit more to side 2, although it'd still be over 22.5 minute mark slightly, but it would have made much nicer LP, and Time After Time would no longer have been cassette and CD bonus track. Mike had a lot to say there. Okay.
Well, I think the original intent. Ow! Okay, we're recording, and all of a sudden, something just hurts my ear. Wonderful. Okay, that makes great for a great view.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think if I remember right, After All was originally when it was planned for the album was just supposed to be that tiny little snippet of it. Anyway,
I
that
think so, yeah.
that he made a full song out of it, but only that little tiny few seconds was supposed to be on there as an introduction to another song.
Right. And I can see it that way.
So that was kind of planned, even though I agree. I'd rather have a full version of After All than rather than Letter to Spain. It's uh, I just don't understand what purpose that song fulfills at all. So
A breather after Danger Ahead, since that was a pretty kick-ass rockin' powerful song.
true.
Yep.
You're home for kick-ass rock and roll.
Mm.
There's danger ahead with the Electric Light Orchestra.
I need sound effects. I don't have sound effects. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you have to have a clown horn. Actually,
Yeah, I don't have
that'd be
the,
for the ring show.
I don't have the I got the flexi tone. My cowbell is downstairs. My slide whistle is packed in a box somewhere. So
I have a slide whistle around here, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work.
yeah,
It's a little plastic thing.
yeah, you put it in your mouth, you blow. It's got the thing here, and you woo woo woo, and it
Can you
makes
demonstrate that to us again?
woo
Yeah,
woo. Yeah, just up in the mouth, up and down like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. That'll be taken out of context when I run for office.
exactly.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. Mark Jealous says, a bittersweet palate cleanser. The lemon sorbet course and a sumptuous meal, perhaps, or just the smell of lemon pledge. I know. I, yeah, no. I like lemon sorbet. Do not like Letter from Spain too much.
Well, I'm diabetic, so I can't eat lemon sorbet, but I have discovered that if I spray lemon pledge on some ice, it tastes pretty good.
You know, at least it's a cure for your diabetes after a bit.
Pretty much a cure for everything. Yeah, after a bit.
Yes, yeah. Children do not eat lemon pledge.
No, it's a joke. Please don't do that. Nicholas Sadlier. I wonder how many cups of tea have been made around the world over the last 37 years during Letter from Spain.
And Mike Hudson says, or trips to the bathroom. It's not that long. It's not a trip to the bathroom song, though. It's kind of, unless unless it's just a quick visit.
Yeah, if you drank a lot of water, then I think you'd probably be finished by the time the song ended.
Yeah, or else am I just thinking the usual of bathroom song is
In a
Stairway to
Gata,
Heaven, Remember the Future,
yeah,
or
in a Gata Davida, or Do You Feel Like I Do, or We Do. That 14-minute Peter Frampton song, which I did use to go to the bathroom once when I was on the radio. Here's 14
because
minutes.
you can put it on, you can go to the bathroom, and in the bathroom you don't have to hear it.
Fortunately, you could hear the speakers from the radio station in the hall and across to the bathroom, so that I could keep track of how much longer do I have before I gotta finish up whatever I'm doing and get back to the song. Yeah, and that's so. I told him, here's 14 minutes of Peter Frampton, so I can go to the bathroom. Enjoy. Steve Monahan. This is such a great song, full of memory of what was once or could have been. Love the second verse with the split lyrics, like two verses in one. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty neat too, where he's got the reading the letter in the tinny voice.
Wolfgang Frerix says, heart, 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 heart.
That's the right amount of hearts emoticons that were there. Doug Payton. When I worked with some computer programmers who liked music from the 60s, we'd joke about some songs that got repetitive, and we'd say something like, so, do you get the impression that he wants to hold her hand? And so I asked, do you get the impression he got a letter? perhaps from maybe Spain. I believe that's the point that that Jeff got across. Although I could be wrong. Could be something else. Spain could be slang for a spam sandwich. I don't know. Trying to keep it clean.
True.
Yeah.
Better say, let's not go there.
Yep.
Jerry Solon says, love this one. His voice. I hated this track when I was a kid in 1983, but it grew on me, and now I just love it. The synth sound is ace, and the vocal harmonies with the dry and close. With the dry and close?
With
the drying close.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't copy everything. Well, now I'm hearing myself back. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I didn't copy and paste everything that he wrote in his comment. Okay.
Don't know.
The synth sound is ace and the vocal harmonies with the dry and close. Maybe that's how it needs to be read. Because now we move on to Jack Brown, I guess. To me, it's always been a Lynn haunter. Most people I know who are casual E.L.O. fans don't like it. I love it. Especially from the sub-thought way the thought song is sung. I like that. Especially from the sub-thought way the thought song is sung. That's pretty cool.
So is the song about a thought? No. Anyway.
No. I think I thought what I thought you were thinking I thought.
I'm thinking of thoughts.
Well, your brain's working. Somewhat.
Trevor Raggett says, one of E.L.O.'s most forgettable songs. Yes, perhaps even more forgettable than the entire Zoom album, which I can barely recall even 5 minutes after I've listened to it. And what was Mr. W saying last week and for a few weeks before that about how much better Jeff's lyric writing has become by the time of this album? Well, even Homer slept until Bart woke him up. So, yeah. This album does have a lot of good lyrics on it, at the expense of the music sometimes. This one is just, yeah.
Sam DeMilt, Zoom is a masterwork. Saving it all for when we get to Zoom. Then I'll let you know.
It's not stuttering or anything today, but I wouldn't call it a masterwork.
I'm trying not to spill it all. I'm saving it for when we get to Zoom. Did I like it? Did I think it was more master, not work? Anyway, we'll see.
I have not heard it, so I don't have any opinion on it.
Yeah.
When I've heard of it, I probably won't have any opinion on it after I hear it. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Mike Hudson, Letter from Spain should have been an instrumental or just left off the album entirely.
Agreed.
I can see
instrumentally it's fine. It should have just been an instrumental. I don't have any idea why there's lyrics on this thing. I
don't know. Sometimes you got to have lyrics for things because that's the rule. I hadn't thought of it as an instrumental, but I can see it as working as an instrumental. I think I've drawn a blank, and I think we're probably done. Are we done?
We're done.
Okay.
We're done. We're done with Letter from Spain. We can put it away, and someday it'll be found by a grandkid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just look at it and go, more junk I got to throw out.
Put this away and forget about it.
Exactly.
What's next week? Oh, next week is Train of Gold.
Yep.
Okay.
Not shower.
Train whistle. I also have a train whistle somewhere.
Train whistle.
Storage. So
you need to get it all out. That way we can sound like a morning show.
We need a house so I can get my stuff out of storage. I can go through all my boxes, get my slide whistles, my train whistles, and all my radio doodad noise thingies and all that stuff. Okay. Well, all right.
Okay.
All right. Jeff Quinlan loves you. We really need a